The Roman Empire, with its vast territories and complex administrative and military structures, relied on various secret codes and encryption methods to safeguard critical information. The most famous cryptographic technique attributed to the Romans is the Caesar Cipher, a simple yet effective substitution cipher employed by Julius Caesar himself to protect military communications. The method involved shifting the letters of the alphabet by a fixed number of places, rendering the message unreadable to those unaware of the shift value. For instance, with a shift of 3, A would become D, B would become E, and so forth. This ensured that even if the message were intercepted, it would be difficult to decipher without knowing the key. Caesar reportedly used this method to communicate battle strategies, troop movements, and confidential orders to his generals and officers, maintaining a strategic advantage over his enemies. However, despite its simplicity, the cipher was effective mainly because literacy rates were low among common soldiers and enemies, and only trusted individuals were trained to decrypt the messages. Beyond the Caesar cipher, the Romans employed more advanced cryptographic techniques and steganographic methods to conceal information. Steganography, the practice of hiding messages rather than encoding them, was crucial for espionage and sensitive communications. One method involved writing messages on wooden tablets and then covering them with wax, making them appear as blank writing surfaces. When the wax was scraped off, the hidden text beneath would be revealed. This method was useful when Roman spies or military messengers needed to transport secret instructions undetected. Another technique was the use of invisible ink made from organic substances such as milk, vinegar, or certain plant extracts. When exposed to heat or specific chemicals, the hidden message would become visible. This method, though primitive by modern standards, was effective in ensuring that only the intended recipient could access the information. In military operations, Roman generals and officers often used coded messages to coordinate troop movements and surprise attacks. One method involved using knotted ropes or markings on rods to encode numerical or alphabetical information. The scytale, a device originally used by the Spartans but likely known to the Romans, consisted of a leather strip wrapped around a rod of a specific diameter. The message was written along the strip, and when unwrapped, the letters appeared scrambled unless wrapped around an identical rod. Although there is limited evidence of its widespread use in Rome, such methods demonstrate the early understanding of transposition ciphers in ancient times. Another sophisticated cryptographic system that may have been employed in certain Roman circles was the Polybius square, a numerical grid system that assigned letters to coordinate pairs. While initially devised by the Greek historian Polybius, the Romans, known for adopting and refining Greek ideas, may have utilized this system for secret military transmissions. The Polybius square replaced letters with pairs of numbers, making it difficult for unintended recipients to interpret the message without a reference grid. This method was particularly useful for sending messages through fire signals or hand gestures, reducing the risk of written communications being intercepted. Roman espionage also relied on coded gestures, symbols, and hidden messages embedded in seemingly ordinary correspondence. Couriers and spies could deliver verbal messages using predetermined phrases or objects to convey secret meanings. For example, a particular type of coin, a broken piece of pottery, or a specific hand signal could serve as a covert identifier between agents. Roman military leaders and politicians sometimes used encrypted language in their letters, incorporating metaphors, abbreviations, or intentional misspellings to obscure the true meaning. This ensured that even if the message were intercepted, only those familiar with the system could understand it. Roman cryptographic methods extended beyond the battlefield into diplomacy and governance. Provincial governors, military commanders, and high-ranking officials frequently exchanged sensitive information regarding rebellions, taxation, and foreign relations. The Roman cursus publicus, the state-run courier system, played a crucial role in delivering encrypted messages swiftly across the empire. Messengers traveling on horseback carried official documents, some of which contained coded instructions or hidden meanings designed to be understood only by trusted recipients. To further protect information, Roman officials sometimes employed personal cipher variations, modifying letter shifts or developing unique symbols known only to a select inner circle. Despite the effectiveness of these techniques, Roman cryptography had its limitations. As ciphers and codes became more widely known, adversaries, particularly the Persians, Parthians, and Germanic tribes, sought ways to decipher intercepted messages. This led to the continual evolution of coding practices, as secrecy was paramount in maintaining Rome's military dominance. While ancient Roman codes were relatively simple compared to later cryptographic advancements, they laid the foundation for future military encryption techniques. The legacy of Roman cryptography influenced later European rulers, including medieval and Renaissance strategists, who refined these early systems into more sophisticated forms of coded communication.